Hey guys, Johnny Guns here, and in the last video I said I was going to be making more videos on EVE Online, and I'm sorry I haven't come through. The reason being is because I've been doing a lot of wormhole life stuff, and I feel like if I make any videos or stream it, I haven't been streaming EVE like I've been wanting to. I've desperately wanted to, but there's two things. I'm doing a lot of stuff I don't want anyone to know about, so I can actually experiment and get away with stuff under people's noses like ninja gas harvesting and just setting up in a. Oh, that reminds me. I actually got super lucky. The last 6 months, I've been kind of nomad living with one of my alts in a C3 wormhole, and nobody's been there. It's maybe minimal kills, a kill every five or 5 to 7 days. Of course, I've upped that because I've been in there, getting killed and killing people with the main account. But that's why I've been wanting to make some tutorials on certain things that I find that are interesting in the game, and some things that I don't know. I've been wanting to do more EVE online content. And what I was going to say, now is the perfect time to get into the game if you've ever been interested. Don't let anyone tell you that EVE Online is a second job. Technically, I can relate to that because it's now that I'm working on a day job that we're just waiting to hear back from that. But EVE really, like, to progress in this game, it definitely takes a little time. You have to invest time into this game to keep on going and to build up that money. But I gotta say, guys, out of everything I've done in this game, I think living in wormhole space is my absolute favorite. Just not the normal people hang out there. As you can tell, I'm one of them. If you're in a C3 or something like that, using a rattlesnake, tengu, or myrmidon for lighter sites, or clearing up the rats and gas sites and the mining sites, I mean, it's pretty good money, I gotta say, and it's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of all the sites. As you can see, I'm in a C3 right now. I'm on a cheap alt, like it's a brand new alt that I made like a month ago, and I just roam around and scan down, use tripwire, and what that means is I track everything, and if I find something juicy, then I'll just make note of it on paper. I got a pad and pen next to me and type it up later on and all that. That's what I've been doing. Wormhole Space, I highly recommend it. That's why I haven't been making videos on anything, really, is because I've been spending a lot of time learning more in depth with this game. I've been learning a lot from everybody, from JonnyPew to Rushlock to who else? I think ToxicMoon, I've been watching a ton of his videos too, and he's really enjoyable to watch, by the way, if you guys want to watch videos, and especially Wormhole Space, stuff like that. So that's the scoop. Like I said, we're scouting out here, and I just want to say before, now is the perfect time to get into this game, because the nice thing about this game, even the more you get into it, the more it's worth spending on a subscription in this game. Like it's great. $15 a month, pretty much for what they call the Omega state. In this, you're a clone. It's like you've got the alpha clone state, which is the free to play up to a certain amount of skill points, and skill points in this game mean what you can do in the game. Skill points is what you put your time into, what you want to do, or what ship you can fly. And so with EVE, it's kind of like a step system, if you will. Like other games, you know how you go around, you level up, and then you click like your level ups, like where your tree and branches. Well, in this game, it's skill points, and like let's say you want to fly a Tengu, which is a really nice cruiser, Tech 3. So you can see here, advanced cruiser. So you can see I can't fly it. This little book is grayed out. You have to put time into this. This is all the time you're going to have to put. See, 121 days. Of course, you can do stuff to bring that down. The Omega state will speed up your training. But the subscription is great. Allows you to fly a ton of ships, all of them, and use all Tech 2 variants. That's how it goes. Like, how there's like stage 1 stuff in games, and then there's stage 2, or levels. Well, Tech 1 is like the base. Tech 2, it's like the nice upgrade to that. So it's nice to like, you'll be playing this game, but what I was getting at was, like, once you get the ship down you want, you'll realize that you need the weapons and the gear. So you got to spend a couple steps getting there. It's like first you train your ship that you want to do, or train the weapons you want to use, then the ship, and then you can fit everything. Fittings, you know how there's builds in video games like League of Legends or whatever. There's things called, this is one of the most confusing things to me when I first started. Like when I first got into this game like a year and a half ago about. This was like, Fitz, well, what the heck? What do you do? Well, broken down, it's how your ship functions and how well you can utilize it and stuff like that. And that goes along with skill points. Skill points help you in the background for certain things. And then another set of skill points help you fit these things. They call it fit. It's a build, pretty much, how they go. You know how they say in games, you build your ship, but they call it fittings, of course. So I'm just in some cheap alpha. It's nothing. There's not even a... So a prop mod is a propulsion mod, meaning it's like an afterburner or a micro warp drive. This is a little launcher here. It launches these probes out into space. As you can see, I'm scanning right now. I'm kind of paused right now because I'm talking for the video. But I'm in a C3 scanning down SIGs, just seeing if there's anything worthwhile to do. There was an Astero in here. But I want to get into this game a little more in depth with all the stuff you can do for my friends that have been interested. I made some really cool friends while playing League of Legends a couple weeks ago. And one of the gentlemen actually was like, I've always wanted to play EVE Online. I'm like, dude, you should get into it now. And that's what I'm telling you guys, because getting into it now, even if you don't play the game, like if you're not mechanically actively playing the game, like typing stuff on a keyboard or, you know, like clicking around and doing all this stuff, you training your skill points, you can kind of use this as EVE is somewhat of a slow game if you want it to be. It can be a very violent, fear-inducing game as well, and we'll get into that later on in other videos. But this game is slower in a sense, like you can just mosey on around, look stuff up. It's a sandbox game, as you've heard from other people in videos here on YouTube, but it's just a wonderful game. Highly recommend it. Like, gosh, it's fantastic, and I encourage you to get into it. Just download it and start training now, even though if you don't understand everything right off the bat. I mean, you have lots of good people on YouTube and that stream on twitch.tv with all the information you might need for this. Like, I can't name them all, but who I've been watching a lot to learn stuff, of course, or just see JonnyPew for PvP and low sec and understanding fits for things. Great person to watch for that, and like just an overall Swiss Army knife of information on the game. Definitely he's been playing the game quite a while and is very knowledgeable. I watch Rushlock for null exploration. That's awesome. He's great, good streamer, very nice to listen to, and we have fun over there. That's great. And I want to mention delonewolf. There's many more, but these three gentlemen I watch the most. delonewolf, really enjoy his content for his industry, because I really enjoy that. I'm more into farming in wormhole space right now, but I do enjoy the industrial aspect, like citadels, which are structures you can put in space, and they're your little camps and stuff like that, if you will. You can store a lot of stuff in them, and you can put them up anywhere. In wormhole space, like, there's no, I don't know, when you're in null, in certain areas, you've got like the corporations, or what they call corporations in this game, or in other games there's like guilds and clans and stuff like that. If you're in null security in this game, you got to watch out for the big blobs, or the big guys, the guys that have tons of ships that are fleeted up, 10 to 20 ships plus. It's just when you're in wormhole space, you do run into that from time to time. It's like a roaming gang of like 10 or more, but you can hide out and kind of everyone just roams about, and that's it. It's kind of like a covert ops. Kind of hang out, have fun on your. It's great for solo, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of people argue in this game that the more people you hang out with, the more fun this game. Like, EVE is not as fun solo. I disagree with that a little bit for my own style. I'm a very solo-esque person in any game I play. I'd rather be solo and just, you know, enjoy my freedom, if you will. So that's pretty much it, guys. That wraps up the video. I've been hanging out in a wormhole, or wormholes, on many accounts, and just seeing what's out there. And I've made quite a bit of money in just the last 2 days. There, when I first started out, I was actually spending a little IRL money on the game because I just couldn't get a foothold on what I wanted to do. And null exploration, I just didn't have the mechanical skill that I've acquired living in wormhole space and just watching videos and experiencing the game. But I encourage you to download the game. It's a very small file. I don't even think you have to download a gig. If you've always been interested, please do yourself a favor. Download it, start it up, and start training stuff. As you can see, there's nothing trained in here because I used the little free skill injector that you get. You get if you sign up with someone's link, you get a free 250,000 skill points to use, which is pretty good, honestly. You can scale into. I'll use the word scale, or you know, you should use the word skill into certain ships right off the bat with that many points that will make you successful in exploration, or even I don't know enough, but maybe PvP, definitely PvE stuff. But it's not bad. You use someone's sign up link, and you'll get free 250,000 skill points that will get you well on your way to enjoying the game. And you're always going to be training something. Like I believe you can train up to 5 million on an alpha clone. If you subscribe for a while, you can train. You can keep training. Let's say you get past 20 million. I believe how it works is, like, once the subscription drops off, you still have access to 20 million skill points. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I never really got to the bottom of that because I'm always a sub, I guess. So guys, appreciate you watching. Appreciate any input, and it'd be cool to catch up with you in game. That'd be cool, and definitely encourage you to enjoy this game if you're interested, because it's definitely a fantastic game. If you like space, you like aviation, you like video games, you like shooting people, or doing cool stuff, the space is the biggest factor. I think being out in space, wormholes, jumping light years around, just fantastic. It's one of the more realistic sandbox games. It's great, guys. Definitely. With that, I'm going to sign off. Hope to see you in the game someday, and you take care. We'll see you guys.